Are you stuck? What about unhappy? Join Alena Chapman, author, mentor, and life coach for 30-minute moments as she challenges you to get out of the doldrum and start living your life to the fullest. It's time to celebrate that life with 30-minute moments.
Welcome to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman. And this is a fantastic show because I get to answer your questions. And some of you have sent in texts. And Kayla, what is that text number again, darn it?
That's right. If you have a question you'd like to ask Alena, you can go ahead and text 46862. Put Alena in the question because we share that text line. That way you know, or she knows that you are talking to her. That's 46862.
I love your questions. And I have to tell you, I am amazed. And I'm very, very happy. These questions, this one question has just, I love it. I love it. You guys really have a lot of good questions. So ask them, because when you ask a question, it benefits everyone. Because you know what? Believe it or not, there are other people thinking the same thing. So what is our first question, Kayla?
Your first question, it says, Alena, how to be a fan of yourself and not your ego?
I love this question.
That one came straight from the text line.
Yeah. How can you be a fan of yourself and not your ego? I love this. It's learning how to love who you are. You know, and how do you do that? How do you begin to love who you are? Well, it's also beginning to know the difference between the ego and yourself. And that's pretty easy. But let's talk about, okay, we'll talk about that first. First, being able to tell the difference between the ego and yourself. Because you know what? We live by our ego. Science has even proven 95% of our thinking is happening from our blocks, from our subconscious mind. Isn't that amazing? From our critical mind. And that ego, which is really for attack, justifying, and protecting. It is not for our best interest most of the time because we've outgrown it. And yet it's so sneaky. But if we're living just by old experiences and old things we learned, which is what blocks come from, we're stuck in the past most of the time. No wonder we have trouble getting over habits we've been doing all our life. No wonder we see patterns in our life happening over and over and over. We're living from the same set of blocks and criticalness that we have always had. Is that what we want? So how do you recognize this ego versus yourself? And I'll tell you, there's one really big way. And you're going to find it interesting and too simplistic, but it's live in the present moment. Live in the present moment to start. Because the ego loves to bring you forward and give you worry, doubt, and fear. Oh, you can't really do that. Oh, what are you thinking there? And it loves to bring back all the regret and the mistakes we've made in the past. So then you're going backwards and you're having regret and remorse. And it just attacks you with it. Every time you try to do something new, it attacks you with what happened or what will happen. So opening yourself just to this moment, the divineness of this moment. You know, when I'm driving down the road, I'm looking at the trees, whether it's summer, whether it's winter, whether it's fall. Right now it's fall, and I'm looking out at the trees and the beauty of it. And God is in everything. Tao, universe, whatever you want to call it. It is everywhere. That energy is everywhere. And just notice that. And when you're doing your work, be thankful and looking at your work as a real thing and the people around it. Build real relationships. Talk to people wherever you go. Don't shut down into a little corner or shut yourself in. Open yourself up to the relationships that when you go to a coffee shop, open up to the clerk, open up to the people. Open up when you go for a walk and say hello. Open up to life. And when you start leading with that present moment and that feeling, that wonderment, you're starting to touch in on you. Because really, that beautiful part of you, and we all have that beautiful part if we open up to it, the foundation of it is love. The foundation of all life is love. So when we really start to open up ourselves to love, we're starting to tap into our very essence. Now the ego, excuse me, the ego doesn't bring love. It's all about you, how well you can do, how well you can't do, and how you're better than so-and-so. But when you come from love, and it doesn't really matter if someone is better than you. They're not you. It's just simpler. And I'll tell you what, it makes life joyous. It makes life feel so good because you're not having the judgment, you're not having the fear, and you're on your journey and you experience everything as real. And you're also enjoying everything as real. There's a big difference between living in the ego and living in yourself. Now, how do you do it more? You do it with presence, but you also do it by learning more about yourself. Meditation is a very cool way. And I know a lot of people say they can't quiet their minds. I understand that. I love a lavender light above my head, and I let it just, because I'm the girl who can come up with ideas every 30 seconds. You know, I have ideas come to me all the time. So yeah, I understand this not shutting off your mind. But if I allow that beautiful lavender light from God or heaven or the universe, and I allow it to come and cover all those thoughts and quiet it, close my eyes and let it just go just oozing down through my body, relaxing all the muscles and allowing my mind to just kind of coat it, then I can start to quiet my mind. Also journeys. And then for those of you who are the mover and shaker, just want to move all the time, take a walk in nature. Allow yourself to sit down in nature and connect. Just feel the breeze and start to make yourself, just feel yourself move with the breeze. Just feel the beauty of all this nature, because we're all connected. Energy is all connected. There's only really one energy, just everywhere. So just feel it. And this is when you start looking at yourself. You're starting to see the beauty in yourself. And you can do other things too. You can sit and start looking at all the beauty in yourself. What is it that you do well? What is it that you'd like to do, that you've achieved? What is it, even your faults? You can start to look at your faults and say, my gosh, look at how that so-called fault has helped me. Starting to accept yourself for all that beauty that you really are. And that's important too. And just be kind and gentle with yourself, which if you start tapping into the love and you start tapping into the energy of the nature and everything, all of a sudden you'll understand that we are part of something so much bigger, and to start treat yourself with kindness. The ego attacks you. You don't attack you when you come from love, which is the other side. And whoever asked that question, I give you major kudos, because that is a very powerful, powerful question. And I thank you. And I'm very honored that you asked that question. Kayla, do we have another question?
We do have another question. Maybe we introduce it and we'll take a quick break, and that way we can kind of spend full time talking about it.
Sure.
The other question, Alena, this one's kind of sad. Why should we even care anymore? All the news is bad.
Ugh, that's horrible.
So that's the question. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back to it so you can spend enough time answering it.
Okay. Folks, you are listening to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman. We will be right back with this.
You're listening to 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, helping you discover your true purpose on WOWO and at WOWO.com.
Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman. If you just want to talk for 15 minutes, and I'll offer this out there too, 15 minutes, if you are feeling like, there's no hope. I like this question. Or you just feel stressed, or you want to have more balance in your life, or you have questions about the ego and everything. If you just want 15 minutes to talk, then go to Alena, which is Alena, chapmanlife.com, and just tap on that contact page and say, Alena, I would really like to talk just 15 minutes. I will get that, and I will set up a time with you, and we will talk. And that's 15 minutes time. And that's free, guys. That's free. That's just something I would love to do. Now, let's talk about this question that just came in. Why should we even care anymore? Everything in the news is bad. Well, there's your problem. The news. And the ads, the news and the ads. It's funny when I can go all ethereal on you and say, when you get to a certain place, you'll see that everything is actually the way it's supposed to be. But for somebody who is living in the world of this negativity and they're just blown away by it and they're very upset by it, that they don't get it. That's talking about, you're talking to someone who has only known a pond about the ocean. So let's go back. Yes, the world does seem to be in a chaotic. It's always chaotic ever since I was born anyway. And I have to say, you have to find, you turn off the news. Turn it off. The world is not going to change because you turn off the news. And turn off the ads. Just turn them off. Turn off TV and just disassociate from it for a little while. You can always go back. But instead, this wonderful person who is looking for help, start to step out of your door and start connecting with people. And I would very much say, step out into helping people. Start to hand out plates at the soup kitchen, or clothes at a clothes place. Or sometimes churches have garage sales where they're helping the needy. Go to those and actually connect with people. Or go to the SPCA or something like that and attach to animals. Touch animals. Start to get back connected with the life that is around you. That is one of the best ways for you to, and also turning off the news. That's the real way to get back into what's real in life. And what's real in life is other people and the world around us and the universe around us. And when you help others, you'll start to see that, yes, this world is valuable. And then another way I want you to do, and I'm not giving you ethereal stuff. This is very practical stuff. I want you to play. I want you to start to play do little things at first. But play in a way, get up in the morning and say, what fun thing do I want to do today? And at first you'll start doing things like getting an ice cream cone or getting a latte from one of the coffee houses, or maybe it's a walk in the park. But then all of a sudden you'll get this, one day you'll wake up and you'll think, I just want to write, or I just want to carve something. And little do you know, that's something that's going to give you purpose. That's something that's going to set your heart on fire. These are things to get you back into what is important. And then when you start to get that, and then maybe you'll start going into meditation. Maybe from there, when you start really connecting, then you'll start doing meditation to find out more about you. And when you start doing that and reading books like Deepak Chopra has beautiful things out there you can read. Alena Chapman has The Prison Effect out there. That helps you to connect right there. That's why I wrote the book. These books will connect you to something higher. And when you connect to something higher and you have that passion in your heart, all of a sudden the purpose of this world, you'll start to understand that even though everything seems horrid right now, it's really it's the perfect chaos for this time. Yeah, it really is. And that something will come good out of it if we all unite in the right way. But we all have to unite in the right way. And I'm not talking about parties. I'm talking about healing. There's a difference. So when you see that and you see why everything just kind of is the way it is, and it seems so disastrous, when you get that higher consciousness, you understand. Okay?
Going back to that question, can I interrupt you, Alena?
Yes, you may.
You know, you talked a lot about the how we should care, but when the question came, it was more of the why should we care even anymore? Can you touch a little bit more back? Can we touch a little bit more even on the why? I mean, you gave a lot of great examples of how.
Yes, I always do. I want to help them.
You want to help them, but let's maybe discuss just some of the why at this point.
Oh my God, why? Why? Because you were put on this earth to experience this. And even if it doesn't seem perfect, maybe, just maybe, you've had enough of perfect and you want to see contrast. Wherever you are here at this point in time on this earth, you are meant to experience and to learn about yourself. We're all here on this world trying to advance our souls. Or if you don't believe in souls, advance our energy. Because we have energy in us. That's a given. That's science. So that energy, why it's in this body, is to experience this life. This body is why we're here, to be able to experience reality on this planet. And so, but inside, we are this beautiful energy. We're here to learn and to advance and to feel and decide what we do like and what we don't like. That's why we're here. And to fulfill our mission, our purpose, whatever that may be. So, yes, the news sounds daunting. Yes, the ads, I know. But I'll tell you what, that's not you. That's just an experience that you can say I like or I don't like. And I'll tell you what, when you separate yourself from all the noise, you'll start to see how wonderful you are. And if you don't like your contrast, change it. Change it in your neighborhood. Change it in your house. Change it in your world. But change it. Because you are one soul on a mission. And you are worth being here. This is your time. It's just how you're perceiving it. Okay? This is Alena Chapman. And this, guys, I'm so excited that we are doing this live. I love these days. Does anybody else before I close, does anybody else have questions? We don't have time for questions. I'll tell you what, text in your questions to 46862. And we do this once a month. So we will get your questions answered. It is a wonderful thing when you can get your questions out here because you reach millions. And who else am I helping? You know, I'm helping a lot of people right now just answering one or two of these questions. So send in your question. And this is 30-Minute Moments. And I am Alena Chapman, your host.
This is 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, helping you find your inner self every Sunday on WOWO and at WOWO.com.
This is 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman. Hey, I wanted to bring something up to all of you. I get so many people who come to me in total chaos, especially this holiday seasons or birthday seasons. There's all these different, holiday things throughout the year, and the people get so chaotic. Oh, Alena, I can't deal. It's too busy, and I got relatives coming, or I've got the birthday and the cake, or whatever it may be. It's always something. But wouldn't it be nice to feel balance and actually calm through all these life challenges, which holidays are? What better way to celebrate with a family, with a calm you, instead of somebody who has to have everything right? What about somebody who understands? It doesn't happen overnight. You have to learn how to balance your life. You have to learn how to be calm, because in our society, we're taught to be this chaotic mess. And it's a social norm, and everybody's supposed to be that way. That's how we talk to our girlfriends. That's how we talk to other men. I'm so busy. Well, guess what? So busy can be chasing your tail. And when we chase our tail, we're all involved with just us, and we miss life. So learning how to balance ourselves and to keep that calm. And that's why I'm offering these wonderful little mini retreats, I call them. And they're called Balance and Renewal Retreats. And they're only 2 days. If you come the night before, we have a little cocktail hour. But 9 o'clock sharp on that next day, you will start to renew, because I always set it up where you get a massage for free, or you get walks in nature, or you can ride a horse, or you can just sit and reflect, and also yoga. All these things that get you to renew yourself and get you to quiet your mind. And then, because we want to keep you that way, you get to talk to me. I start teaching you the value of this and why we want to do this. I give you the reasons. I teach you all about it, how to create a sacred space in your home, in your car, in your office, so that you can have this feeling. And then you actually meet with me, and we plan out little bits of your day to keep this wonderful, calm feeling so you can have it throughout your day. Now, what would that be worth to you? You know, seriously. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to really get hold of me. And I'll tell you what, if you're interested, just text the station here and say, I really am interested in Alena's mini retreat, Balance and Renewal. And it's 46862. I would love to talk to you. And we would just talk for 15 minutes. Make sure that's a good thing for you at this time. It's 46862. You know, it's all about, that's why I have this show. It's to give you betterment and ease in your life so that you can start living it and loving it. That's what it's about. That's why we're here, folks. Go ahead and text 46862 and get hold of me, and I will contact you. 46862. So I have to tell you a very cool thing. You know what it was? It was the shift. I had one. I had my own, the shift, my own aha moment. And I'll tell you something. You know, I get a lot of aha moments, but they always come when you least expect it. And it's like the universe is saying, hey, Alena, did you ever think about this? Hey, Alena, what about this? But we have to be aware. So this is my aha moment. I speak all over. I mean, I really do. I speak everywhere. I've been in Georgia, New York, Los Angeles. I do that a lot, Los Angeles. Now Las Vegas, Canada. I'm all over. And I do live here in Indiana when I'm not all over. But this is the thing. With all this speaking, this has happened on every trip. The universe knows that I am a hardhead, and it has to hit me on the head at least 6 times. So don't feel bad if you're not one who takes that shift or that aha moment right away, because I'm right there with you. And it takes me a little while to get used to what they're saying. But I'm hearing, I'll do this wonderful presentation on my new vision leadership, because I'm trying to help entrepreneurs also live with that ease and betterment and success in their business. Why? Because that spreads through the economy. So that's why I got this wonderful program out there. But I'm speaking on this. And then when I get off the stage, I always have at least 4 or 5 people that come up to me and say, oh, you know, Alena, I really want to speak about spirituality in my life. And I finally started asking people, what in my presentation made you think of spirituality in your life? And they tell me, they say, because you're a thought innovator, a thinker. I'm adding that to my list, by the way, now. And you just seem to know so much about spirituality, which I do. But it's so funny that they heard that when I was speaking, because that's not what I was speaking about. But after this happened 5 or 6 times, everywhere I went, oh my gosh, that's what it is. And people are coming up to me more about that than anything else. So I've decided to own it because it seems like that's what the universe wants. And when you work with me, you do see it because that is the essence of everything. It's the divine inner you, which is spirituality. Starting to talk because the divine inner you is linked to something so much bigger, the universe, God, Tao, whatever. It is linked to something so much bigger. So when you connect there, then that's when life really takes on the miracles. So when you work with me, you see that. But I usually don't speak on it. Isn't that funny how miracles will happen through you even if you don't even know it? Isn't that amazing? So that was my aha moment. So now I'm a spiritual transformationist and a thought leader. So that was my shift. Now, look at your life. What aha moment, what shift is coming into your life, and the universe is hitting you over the head 6, 7 times, just like Alena. Is it time for you to say, oh, wow, yeah, maybe this is good? Is it your turn? I don't know. You'll have to. And if you get aha moments, I love to hear about those. I'm serious. I would love it if you would, send questions. I always want your questions because that's why I have 30-minute moments. I want your questions. But I'll tell you what, if you have aha moments, and I would love to hear your story. It's not only my guests who have the shift. How about you? You have a life out there. So text me. Let me know at 46862. I would love to hear your shift. I would love it. So please honor me with that. This is Alena Chapman, and this is 30-Minute Moments. Let's get everybody to do a shift this week. How very cool. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And of course, namaste.
This has been 30-Minute Moments featuring Alena Chapman. If you missed an episode, download it now at wowo.com.
Podcasts by Federated Media.